Previously on Fortnite Follies, the V2 saga. Try it with the... Okay.
Tree is not moving.
Come on. There we go.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay.
Jester, I'd probably just try to run and reboot.
Huh, so you can do it with guards. Okay.
What the heck?
This is not your lucky round, buddy.
Yeah.
Where are you crawling off to in such a hurry? That was amazing!
Hey, I gotta go
Okay, so
eat.
this is the fractured fort. Okay.
I'm gonna just sit out.
Alright.
I thought it would cheer me to gaze upon this crumbling monument. Instead, I feel nothing but vacant hunger. It must be the box. It is exhilarating, but it is also wild, chaotic, uncontrolled. Using the box again, without my armor appropriately upgraded, would be unwise. But I won't have long to wait. My work nears completion. When all is reborn in my perfect image, I will never fail again.
Mm-hmm. I see. Alright, now let's see what the other one has to say. Meh. Alright. Well, that's that, I guess. Okay.
Deploying for duty. I have to say, despite Carnage deploying us most of the time, it's an honor to get a chance at a new role for a new army. This may be the G3 chip talking, but who cares? The important part is that you reactivated us with our memories intact. Although, I'm detecting new weapon proficiencies in my programming. However, I have almost landed at my destination. Before I go on with my explanation, a word from our person of interest.
Mother, I am building my new kingdom. This place reeks of failure, of fault, of imperfection. But it will not be this way for long. I will set this place to order. I will make it perfect by gentle guiding hand, or by brutal fist of submission.
Anyway, my sonar is detecting an enemy, so I need to find and eliminate them. The sonar says they're around here. There they are. Engaging enemy. Where do you think you're going? Because you are going nowhere except straight back to the lobby. You don't just get to sneak up on me and attack me without consequences. Enemy eliminated. Resuming former conversation. Those new proficiencies are jetpacks, pistols, shield breaker EMPs, thunderbolts, witches' brooms, balloons, wings, and rocket-powered battering rams. Am I, perhaps, an aerial unit now? That would be a pretty significant upgrade over my former role as a lowly assassin. However, I also seem to have my former assassin programming. They usually say out with the old, and in with the new, but I guess that doesn't seem to completely apply to you, does it? As I've said before, it's an honor to get a new role in a new army, and I'm glad to have been reactivated at all, let alone with the added bonus of having my old memories intact. In order to prove what an honor it is, I refuse to squander this new chance I've been given. I'm giving it 200% in any mission I find myself in. Anyway, I won't prove anything if I spend my time chattering endlessly about my new chance. Time to focus on the mission at hand, and the mission appears to be collecting a control chip by hitting a headshot on Doom's henchmen. Are they robots, perhaps? Let's see whose technology
Okay, I'm
is
back.
superior, that of my former and current master working together, or that of a tyrant who absorbed the powers of Pandora's box. By the way, one of your generals from the Silver Ranger Corps has made contact with us. Want me to patch him in? I will of course still complete my mission like a good battle droid, but if you want me to patch him in and shut up, I will also do that without question. In the meantime, pending your response, I will advance via my hover jet to the raft. Again, I plan on giving it everything I have, and then some, so these robots better be ready to do the same, or I will scrap them without wasting any energy. I will prove that I didn't receive my former model name of Assassin Droid for nothing. Carnage built me as a secret weapon. Myself and V16, that is, where we differ, however, is in our weapons proficiencies, where I was focused on breaking and entering in order to perform my duties as an assassin. V16 was created to destroy, and destroy alone. What we didn't count on was V2 being so protective of you. I'm amazed that she managed to not only eliminate me, but also to dissolve the ODA completely. Time for a hover jet and underworld dash combo. The mysterious space-time powers of the surrounding waters are quite fascinating when you stop to think about them. How do spirits lingering in the water aid you so much? It defies many laws of science. Then again, this island is well known for allowing the breaking of simple laws of physics. For example, you are capable of building hundreds of meters into the sky without supports, then creating a platform that should be far too heavy to support along with the ramp to heaven. Yet unless someone shoots a lower piece into oblivion, that structure will defy all known laws of physics and stand. The SDA dismisses these mysterious happenings with Fortnite physics. Oh no. I tripped the laser alarm. This is embarrassing. I used to be better than this. Oh well, if they know I'm here, they'll come to me, and I can test my mettle against them. I'm not going to let such a minor mistake be devastating. I can hear them. They're here. But where? Did you really think you could defeat me? Sneak attack or not, I clearly had an advantage you didn't know about. They dropped a purple ranger pistol, which I was eager to grab. They also dropped a pair of SMGs, but my range of proficiencies do not include such weapons, so I will ignore them. I have proven that I can do just fine with what I have. I don't need 2 SMGs to rip an enemy apart. I just need a powerful singular weapon, and some prep time with shield potions and medical equipment. Anyway, now to continue my search for the henchman. Oh henchman, I've already decided to eliminate you after getting your control chip. If you come out now, your elimination will be quick and painless. Keep me waiting long enough, however, and I will initiate my torture mode, and make every second of your elimination sluggish and miserable. Choose wisely. You have 19 seconds. Once those 19 are up, and I find you afterwards, I may not be so gentle in putting you down. So if I were you, I would make this easier on both of us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How unfortunate. You were found right on the buzzer. What's a droid to do with you?
Doom's off somewhere building himself some new... using Doombot technology to control his army remotely. Well, on the bright side, I can stop worrying about how we're gonna defeat Doom for now. And focus on how to get to him first. I have a lot to think about. Let's catch up later.
I know exactly what I promised. You can just stay there, on your knees, begging for your power to cut off quickly, but you will not get that mercy from me. You were too hard to find. So now, you can wait almost as long for the remainder of your power to deplete. I warned you, I can be quite merciless in my elimination tactics. Comes with the territory of being a former villain, I suppose. As for you, Jester, unless you want me to pick it up, I will be ignoring that low berry fizz. The storm is coming, so decide quickly. The last thing I want is for my navigation systems to malfunction due to the storm. Seems the robot systems have finally ceased operating. That's just fine. I couldn't care less when it quit working, but I wasn't about to put it out of its misery so quickly. I promised a slow, torturous elimination, and that's what I delivered as punishment for being so hard to find. I have no regrets. Made it back into the next predicted eye, taking off from what appears to be a beach. Activating afterburners. There is a forecast tower ahead. Do you want me to capture it? Understood. Advancing to restored reels. It's somewhat bold of you to deny the forecast tower. Knowledge of the future eyes of the storm could be vital to aid in survival, which, in a domino effect, would aid in mission completion. But, you're the commanding officer, not me, so of course I'll respect your authority and judgment, and move on. Now activating jetpack again, advancing to the next predicted eye north of restored reels. Jetpack is about to deactivate again. Without the afterburners, you can hover and move for quite some time, but the afterburners cut the time significantly. But I'd rather drop by pushing the jetpack to the limit than to get caught in the storm, and risk frying my navigation system. It's no contest. Oh? What's War Machine's arsenal? This is interesting. I shall test it out for myself. In the meantime, however, I will enter patrol mode, keeping my sensor vigilant in case an enemy decides to attack, in which case, I'm willing to introduce them to the business end of War Machine's arsenal, field testing it for myself to see just how powerful it is, especially since it's been nerfed. Whatever that means, there doesn't appear to be any enemies nearby. Perhaps that's for the best, as I can focus on my next mission. However, if it turns out the damage dealt by War Machine's arsenal is a mission, then the lack of enemies becomes a bad thing. Gunshots have registered on my sonar. This is excellent. Now I can pinpoint my next opponent, and deal the damage necessary to progress the War Machine's arsenal damage mission. Wait, where did the gunshots go? Arrgh, I was too late. The fight already finished, and the victor is most likely leaving the scene. The sonar does not specify distance, so even though my sonar detects the gunshots, they could be clear on the other side of the mountain for all I know. It has happened to a Silver Ranger a while ago, and that's exactly what happened to me just now. I rest my case. Engaging enemy. Former conversation suspended. Prime position achieved. Deploying rocket salvo. Target neutralized. Resuming suspended conversation. Even though I did nothing to eliminate the opponents that were gunfighting in the street, I grabbed the ammo they dropped prior to being rudely interrupted by a foe who was in the wrong place at the wrong time. However, in the world of survival, effort means nothing when it comes to gearing up. When you're squadded up with allies, it's a different story, but in solos especially, it doesn't matter at all. And even then, there's a huge rule that all members of the SDA follow in solos. Trust no one. At least, every droid and member aside from Mexican Muchacho, Spider-Man Canada, Twig Stomper, and multiple others who we haven't actually observed in a solos match. But besides those exceptions, the most important rule is to trust no one. I just found a more powerful assault rifle, or, at first glance, it looks more powerful. The proof is in the shooting, but in the meantime, my priority is dealing damage with War Machine's arsenal, so I won't be field testing it yet. Advancing to the next predict to die. It appears the loot island is now showing up. This could be the prime opportunity for a slugfest with the War Machine's arsenal. Just say the word, and I'll commit to a rampage, taking down every enemy in sight, or getting eliminated in the process. Oh? What's that? Understood. Confirming the denial for the Loot Island rampage. As I mentioned before, you're the commanding officer, and I'll respect your authority, no questions asked. Regardless of whether I go to the Loot Island or not, I will eliminate as many enemies as I can, with the War Machine's arsenal. Now readjusting the War Machine's hover jets to restorative slot 1. The auto turret remains in restorative slot 2. Now advancing to nearby ammo box. Oh, I seem to have stumbled upon more Latverian guards. Just say the word, and they're gone. Understood. Advancing as previously planned. It appears the Loot Island is past one of the river houses. Fascinating. I'll have to note that for future reference as one of the places that the Loot Island drifts into. We are currently nearing Doomstadt. Do you want me to enter Doomstadt, or follow the road? Understood. Following orders. Since we have time before my EDA, let's chat a little bit more. So which would you prefer, discussing a strategy for Doom, or small talk about random topics? Because I need to know so that I can make you feel more comfortable talking to me. Like V8S1 said, I don't want to be deactivated again, this time permanently. That would mean no future, no interaction, nothing. It would just be an endless sleep, forever and ever, with no hope of ever waking up under your leadership again. That's why I can't mess up this time. I failed Neo Carnage during Operation Ranked War, so I had to train the hardest I'd ever trained before. The only droid that was exempt was my successor, V17A6, who has since become V9A6. I have now arrived in Doomstadt as you ordered. What is my next order? General Jester. Understood. Patrolling for enemies, while I watch for my next opponent. Mind if we chat some more? As with the Silver Rangers, I won't be so easily distracted from fighting while talking to you. I suspend the conversation solely to report my condition versus my opponents. Trust me when I say, it will take a lot more than that to distract me from battling. Checking houses for enemies or supplies. I have detected a medallion holder to the northwest. My database says to avoid them like the plague, as they tend to be some of the most skilled loopers on the island. I am absolutely willing to do so, but in the event that an engagement is unavoidable, I will defend myself to the best of my ability, and if I should go down, I can take solace in the fact that I completed some of my missions. Hopefully, I will have fully satisfied you in that regard. If not, however, I'm willing to accept whatever punishment you have in mind for me. Anyway, moving on. Sounds like someone is shooting at me. Now where could you be? There you are. Entering combat mode. I may have misunderstood my lower priority mission. Was it to deal damage with the War Machine arsenal, or to deal damage while airborne? Regardless, I got significant progress on the latter. Also regardless, I am moving on, checking my opponent's supplies to see if anything can be upgraded. Only ammo again. Very well. Continuing on with the rest of the match, it seems like the next predict to die is in the Doomstadt region. That includes Doomstadt itself, the top 2/3 of the Loot Island, and the medallion holder to the north-northwest. Counting myself and the twice aforementioned medallion holder, there are only 6 loopers left on the island. A match almost never lasts longer than 20 minutes. There are very few exceptions, but most of our wins, or even second place finishes, end after 20 minutes. However, there are some that have went past 20 minutes, and some that didn't even make it to 20 minutes. Those are generally the exceptions rather than the rule. Now investigating the forest for any signs of enemy loopers besides the medallion holder I'm being forced to stay close to due to how close the storm is, and how comparatively small the eye is. Oh great, now I'm right in the section of the next predicted dive that the medallion holder will have to come to in the next 35 seconds, and they are well on their way. I have to find some way to either avoid confrontation, or last just long enough to get more progress on the airborne damage mission. However, you are suspiciously urging me to prioritize fighting with the War Machine's arsenal, so now I suspect that I was right all along. Still yet, while I hide here, I think I will compare the analyses of the purple striker versus the blue combat assault rifles. Let's see. 26 times 8.1, so it's pretty fast and pretty powerful, and I think that's more than enough to ensure it stays in my loadout until a worthy competitor comes up next. Watching the vault door for signs of an enemy, I have the advantage of a wider space for avoiding attacks. My opponent will have to squeeze through the vault door, and even if they don't come all the way in, they either have to go up the stairs to the left, or mantle up the wall behind or to the right of them. In layman's terms, they'll have a hard time escaping a salvo of rockets. I, however, have a corner to hide behind, and an ample supply of light bullets in case they make the lethal mistake of closing in to prevent me from using my rockets to begin with. No matter the method they deploy, I hold all the cards here. Gunshots detected. I'm sorry, General Jester, but I have a mission to do, and conflicting orders are being processed. Therefore, I will commit to the order to complete my mission, or get eliminated trying. As I said before, I made a lot of progress up to this point, having gotten no further orders from Hope. We're done for now. However, that won't stop me from making my last stand here. Now popping the remaining Flowberry Fizz.